Assalamu alaikum class 10 students. As you know, we are doing chapter number 13, sport and movement. Okay. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the movement, sport, movement in sport, and we also discussed the two types of movements. That movements can be of two types. First movement is called movement of body parts, and second is called the locomotion, which animals perform from when they move from one place to another. Then we have discussed the functions of skeleton system, and we also discuss the parts of skeleton system. Okay, and this lecture is still continue parts of skeleton system. We had discussed that parts of skeleton system are two. First is called bone, and second is called uh, first is called bone and second is called cartilage. So cartilage we have discussed. Now today we will discuss the second part of skeletal system, and that is a bone. Bone, we all of know, we all have a bony structure inside our body which is called skeleton. Okay, now we will discuss the definition of bone. First of all, what is the definition of bone? Okay, so underline in your book, bone is the hardest connective tissue. Okay, so it is the hardest means strong, firm connective tissue in body. Bones not only move, support and protect the various parts of body, but also produce red and white blood cells and store minerals. So this is very important, this definition, and this is a definition of bone. It is starting from here till now minerals. And now I will explain you what is the meaning of this definition. Okay, so bones not only move. Yes, we all of know that we move, our body parts are moved with the help of bones, but it gives support. Yes, it gives us support. Okay, because of that, we can take an example of canopy. All canopy is stand with the help of bamboo sticks. If you taken a bamboo stick, what will be happen? The canopy will be collapsed. So like that, this skeleton system, which is made by bones, it work as a bamboo sticks in our body. If any bone is fractured or ruptured, because of that our skeletal system can be our body formation can be collapsed. Okay, so it give us, not only it give us support and protect the various parts of body. This thing we have discussed, and we all of know that our brain is very sensitive, but it is protected by a skull, and skull is made by 8 cranial bones. Okay, then we also discussed that our lungs are like spongy, and they are very soft, but they are protected by 12 pair of ribs. Okay, so the function of bones are not only they help in movement, but they also give support. Okay, they give us support and protect the various parts of our body. Protection means I'm here, but also produce. And there is an other important function of bone is that they produce red and white blood cells. I have told you, bones are very important. Hemoglobin, if the ratio of if the ratio of okay, if the ratio of hemoglobin is going decrease, it means that your bones going to be weak. So bones and blood, they both have a very close relation. So they produce red and white blood cells. White blood cells is very important, we all of know. The white blood cells are those which work against our germs. Okay, if any germ enters into our body, they began to work and kill that germs. Okay, so we can see bones plays very important role. What is that? Bone is the hardest connective tissue in our body. They not only help in movement, sport and protection the various parts of body, but also produce red and white blood cells and some minerals and store minerals. Okay, so if you want to learn the definition, you have to make points. Firstly, bone is the hardest connective tissue in body. Second point, bones not only move, support and protect the various parts of body, but also produce body. And third point, but also produce red and white blood cells and store minerals. So this is a definition of bone. Now we will discuss the types of bones. Come to next page. So we can see. the next page, the types of bones. So bones can be divided into bone is divided into three parts. First is called compact bone, second is called spongy bone, and the third is called matrix of bones. Okay, so first we will discuss the compact bone. So bone is divided into, you can also see the figures in your book. You can also see the figures in your book. Okay, uh, this is a given of book. This is a structure of a bone. Now you will see. Okay, now you will see what is a compact bone. The hard outer layer of a bone is called compact bone. You can also see in the figure. It is given in your book. Okay, the harder outer layer of a bone is called compact bone, while the interior of bone is so soft and porous. It is called spongy bone. If you see in your book, you can see. Okay, compact bone. This is the outer layer of the bone. You can see in a book. It is a outer layer of a bone. This is hard. It is the hard outer layer of a bone, and it is called a compact bone. Okay, and inside the bone, it is a spongy bone. Okay, the interior of a bone is soft and porous, so it is called spongy bone. Okay, and spongy bone contains blood vessels and bone marrow. So this spongy bone, this part of the bone contains bone marrow. Okay, you can see it contains bone marrow and blood vessels inside it. Okay, now we will discuss the okay, and now we will discuss the, I have told you it consists of three parts: compact bone, spongy bone, and like matrix of a bone. So now we will discuss, this is the third part of a bone, third type of bone, which is called matrix of bone. So like cartilage, we have discussed cartilage are very soft. So like cartilage, the matrix of bone also contain collagen. Okay, but it also contains minerals, for example, calcium and phosphate. Collagen. Collagen is a special substance which is only present inside the bones. Okay, so matrix of bones also contains collagen. Okay, matrix of bone contains also collagen and also contain minerals, for example, calcium and phosphate. And we all of know our bone needs plenty of calcium, okay, and phosphate. So calcium and phosphorus, they both are important for our bones. So calcium and phosphate are present in our bones. So we know that cartilage contains a single type of cell. On the other hand, bones contain different types of a cell. The mature bone cells are called osteocytes. So you have to underline in your book. This is very important as a short question. The mature bone cells are called osteocytes. The mature bone cells are called osteocytes. So this is the introduction of bone, and we have discussed the parts of skeletal system. I have told you parts of skeletal system, in which we have discussed that parts of skeletal system consist of two types. One is called cartilage and other is called bone. Okay, and we have discussed cartilage in a detail. Now we have discussed in a detail bone. That bone is a hard connective tissue. It not only help in movement, sport, and protection of our organs, but also produce red and white blood cells, and it store minerals in it. Okay, so this is very important. After that, we have discussed there are three types of bones. One is called compact bone, second is called spongy bone, and the third is called matrix of bone. So first of all, we have seen that the outer layer of a bone, which is very hard, that is called a compact bone. The inner side, the interior part of the bone, which is filled with blood vessels and bone marrow, okay, that is called a spongy bone. It is soft and porous. And the third one, matrix of bone. Matrix of bone is like contains collagen, okay, and they also contain minerals, calcium and phosphate. So the mature bone cells are called osteocytes. Okay, now come to next page. Now we will discuss this information. Uh, First, we will observe the diagram of the internal structure of a bone. Okay, you can see this is a bone of matrix. You can see, okay, these are osteocyte present in lacuna. These are the mature bone cells. Then we see canal containing blood vessels, etc. Okay, this is the internal structure of a bone, which is given in your book. Now we will discuss the, okay, this is given planting for Berzelius book. Okay, Andres Berzelius 1514 to 1564 is honored for developing uh, modern and anatomical studies. Berzelius was born in Brussels, Belgium. He made many discoveries in anatomy based on studies made by dissection of human dead body. His book contained the most accurate depictions of the whole skeletal and muscles of the human body. So what is anatomy? The internal structure of human body. The study of internal structure of human body is called anatomy. Okay. Now we will discuss, this is our next topic. This is about components of human skeletal system. Now you can see in your book, components of human skeletal system. Before starting this topic, I would like to explain you, in this chapter you have done three different works of skeleton. First, we have discussed the function of skeleton. The function of skeleton is that sport, movement and protection, which we have discussed on the first page of this chapter. Second important function of skeleton is that we have discussed the parts of skeleton. Parts of skeleton consist of bone and cartilage. And the third one, which we are discussing, these are components of human system. Always students confuse in board exam if they ask about short question components of human system. They always tell about the types of skeletal system. The types of skeletal system we have discussed at first page, that there are two types of skeletal system, and they are exoskeleton and endoskeleton. And components mean in which are the part of skeletal system. Okay, how many parts of body organs are divided in the into your per skeletal system. So components of human skeleton is different. It has two types, exoskeleton and appendicular skeleton. uh, Types of human skeleton is different. Types of skeleton is different, that consist of two types, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Function of skeletal system is different. It consists of three parts: protection, movement and support. And parts of skeletal system is different, which consist of two parts, cartilage and bone. So keep in your mind clear these four things. In this chapter, these four things are example and different. So you have to keep in your mind what is the difference between them. So now we will discuss the components of human skeleton. Okay. Uh, we have also discussed, and we all of know, if you see the previous page of page number 59 of your book, in the box one thing is given, babies are born with about 300 soft bones. Some of these bones later fuse together so that the adult skeleton has 206 hard bones. Do you know when an infant is born, when a new baby is born, it has 300 soft bones inside its body. But when it began to grow, its many bones are fused to each other, and then an adult has only 206 bones. So this is very important. The line is that 206 bones in the adult human skeleton are organized into a longitudinal axis. Okay, that is axial skeleton, to which pedicle skeleton is attached. So human skeleton divided into two parts, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Now we will discuss which parts of human body are included in axial skeleton. So now you will see axial skeleton, their numbers are very important for MCQs. How many bones are present in an adult? So your answer should be 206. Okay, now we will discuss axial skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of the 80 bones. Okay, so out of 206, axial skeleton consists of 80 bones in the head and trunk of the body. They are present in the head and trunk of the body, not the lower part of the body. It is composed of 5 parts. Okay, it is composed of 5 parts. First part is skull, contains 22 bones, out of which 8 are cranial bones enclosing the brain. The bones which have enclosed the brain, they are called cranial bones. Okay, they are called cranial bones, and they are 8. But totally, skull has 22 bones and 14 are facial bones. Okay, they are present inside the skull. They are facial bones. So this MCQ is also, okay, skull contains how many bones, or cranial bones. How many cranial bones are in the skull? They are 8. Oftenly they give options 8 and 22 bones. So your answer should be 8. But if they ask how many bones are present in your skull, then your answer should be 22. But how many bones are responsible to make skull? So they are only 8 bones. Okay, and 14 are facial bones. This is the first part of exoskeleton. The second part is there are 6 middle ear ossicles. Okay, we all of know, we have discussed the structure of ear in previous chapter, and we have discussed that ear consists of 3 parts: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. In middle ear, we have discussed that there are 3 important small bones are present which hit the eardrum. So these 3 small bones are milus in they are hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Okay, and stirrup is the smallest bone. So in each ear these are 3 bones. So in 2 ears there are 6 bones. So there are 6 middle ear ossica. So if you keep in your mind, first skull is come, it consists of 22 bones. Then ears come, there are 6 middle ear ossicles, 3 in each ear. This is second part. Okay, then come to third part. There is also a hyoid bone in neck. In neck there is a one bone which is called a hyoid bone. Okay, and then your vertebral column contains 26 bones. We have vertebra. Okay, 26 vertebra. Okay, 26 bones we have in our vertebra, in our spinal cord. And the chest is made of chest bone which is called sternum, and 24 ribs, means 12 pair of ribs and a 24. This is also confusing. This question is also asked as a MCQs in board exam. Sometimes they write here how many there are dash bones are present in your chest. Okay, so they give you answer 24, 12, 26. So what will be your answer? It should be 24. But if they ask you how many pairs of bones, how many pairs of ribs are present in your chest? So what will be your answer? How many pairs? They are 12 pairs. And how many bones? They are 24. So you have to keep the difference in your mind. Keep the difference in your mind. There are 24 bones and there are 12 pair of ribs which protect your lungs. So if you want to learn this exoskeleton, you have to keep in your exoskeleton consists of 5 parts. First, your skull. After skull, your ears. Okay, after ears, your neck, means hyoid bone. Then your vertebra columns, 26, and the last one is your chest, and the bone which separate your two lungs, that chest bone, that is called a sternum. Okay, so keep in your mind what is axial skeleton. I'm explaining you again. Axial skeleton consists of the 80 bones. Okay, it consists of the 80 bones. So if we count these bones, these are 22. Okay, and these are 6, 28, and then this is a 1, 29, and this is 26. So it will be 55, and this is 24. Yes, and 24, it means that these are the approximately 80 bones in your exoskeleton. So if you want to learn, keep in your body. First is the skull, second is your ear, third is your neck, fourth is your vertebra column, and the last one is your chest. Okay, so it consists of 80 bones, and rest of them are comes to appendicular skeleton. Okay, appendicular skeleton is composed of 126 bones. Yes, this is true. I have told you that there are total 206 bones. So 80 are present in your axial skeleton. So the rest of them are present in your appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of your lower body parts. Okay. So first we will discuss the pectoral. Shoulder girdle is made of 4 bones. Okay. Shoulder girdle consists of 4 bones, 2 from each side. Arms. Arms have 6 bones. Arms have 6 bones. Okay, and because 2 bones are present on the upper side and the one is in the lower side, and both hands have 54 bones. Both hands have 54 bones. And pelvic girdle means hip bone has 2 bones, and legs have 6 bones. Okay, 2 in favor and one is your shin bone, and both feet have also 54 bones. So keep in your mind, when we want to discuss the appendicular skeleton, it's composed of 126 bones. First is pectoral. Shoulder girdle is made of 4 bones. Arms have 6 bones. You have to underline, these are important as your MCQs. Both hands have 54 bones. Pelvic girdle has 2 bones, and legs has 6 bones, and both feet have 54 bones. So this is the introduction of components of human skeleton. That human skeleton consists of 2 components, axial and appendicular. Axial means consists of 80 bones in the head and trunk of the body, and appendicular skeleton is composed of 126 bones. And in exoskeleton, pectoral means shoulder girdle is made of 4 bones, 2 bones from each side. Arms have 6 bones, 3 bones each side. Both hands have 54 bones. Pelvic girdle, hip bone has 2 bones on one each side. Legs have 6 bones, 3 each side, and both feet have 54 bones, means 27 each side. So this is an introduction of components of human skeleton, and you have to learn for your, you have to keep in your mind for your MCQs. Okay. Now we will discuss on the next page. Okay, this figure is given. Okay, you can see this figure in your book. I will explain you this. Okay, this is a given. This is a complete human skeleton. Okay, you can see in the diagram the thigh bone is the longest bone in our body. The thigh bone. Okay, you can see it is starting from your hip bone till to your knee. This is the longest bone. It is called thigh bone, and in science language it is called femur. The longest bone in our body is femur and thigh bone. So this question is also comes into your board exams. The longest bone options are given thigh bone, and sometimes it is given femur. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind the thigh bone is the longest bone in our body, and the stirrup, and recall your and name the smallest bone. The smallest bone is present in your ear. I have told you in your ear 3 bones are present, which are called hammer, anvil, and stirrup. And stirrup is also called stapes, and stape is the shortest, smallest bone in your body. The longest bone is your femur, which is present. It is starting from pelvic girdle to till your knee, and the shortest bone is present in your ear. Okay. Now we will see, this is a skull. Okay, this is a skull. It is made by 22 bones. 8 are present, which cranial bones, which made the skull, and 14 are your facial bones, which are connected to your mouth. Okay, then come to your rib cage. This is called a rib cage. Okay, and there are 24 ribs, 12 from each side. So here are 12 pair of ribs, and you can see there are 24 ribs. This is called pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle means this is a shoulder vein. First I will discuss you axial skeleton. So first is a skull. After that there is a neck region. There is a, it is a hyoid bone. Then there are 2 ears, 3 bones in each side. Okay, and then a rib cage. Okay, and in the center the chest is divided into two parts, and this chest bone is called sternum, and there is a 24, this is one bone, and there are 24 bones in the ribs. Okay, so skull has 22, both ears has 6 bones. Okay, neck has one hyoid bone, chest has one sternum bone, and 24 is. So they are collectively completely called, consist of 80 bones. Then we will discuss the axial skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of first arm. Okay, sorry, pectoral girdle means your shoulder. So one bone from each side. It means there are 2 bones. Then come to your arm. Okay, this is your arm. It consists of 3 bones. First is, this is your bone, one bone, and there are 2 bones. Okay, then come to your hands, 27 bones in each hand. So in both there are there are 54 bones. Okay, and then come to a pelvic girdle. Then come to a pelvic girdle. This is a pelvic girdle. You can see this is a hip bone, and ball and socket joint is joined with each other, one bone, and the other side there is another. So there are 2 bones. Okay, and then we will come to leg. Okay, so you can see there is a one bone and there are 2 bones. So one leg each has 3 bones, and both legs have 6 bones. Okay, and then we can see foot. Okay, one foot has 27 bones, and both feet have consist of 54 bones. Okay, and we can see there is a vertebra column. It comes into axial skeleton. You see in the diagram, vertebra column, it is started from your hyoid bone, and it consists of 26 vertebra. You can see in the center they are 26 vertebra columns. So we keep in mind axial skeleton consists of 26 80 bones, and 80 bones, and appendical skeleton consists of 126 bones. Okay, now we will see next information given in your book. Yes, this is very important. You will see, do you know? The upper jaw is fixed with the skull and is composed of 2 types. Okay, when we move our jaw, our upper jaw is fixed with our skull. We can just move our lower jaw. Okay, the upper jaw is fixed with the skull. Okay, see in the screen. This information is very important. Sometimes this information is asked in your short question. The upper jaw is fixed with the skull and is composed of 2 bones. The lower jaw is mobile and articulated with the skull. Okay, you can see only the lower jaw. Okay, it can move. The upper jaw is fixed with your skull. So the lower jaw is made of more than one bone while in mammals. Okay, so the lower jaw is made by more than one bones. It is made of single bone. During evolution, mammals modified the lower jaw bones and incorporated 4 of them into the middle ear in the form of malleus and incus in both ears. This adaptation proved beneficial for mammals. Lower jaw with single bone is stronger, and the malleus and incus also improve hearing. And do you know that our jawbone is directly connected with your middle ear? Okay, and in middle ear we have 3 soft bones. So sometimes a person is caught by if it has any issue in its wisdom tooth. Okay, So because of that, when a dentist take out the wisdom tooth, he has to rotate it itself. If it never rotated, if he pull that wisdom tooth, it can cause the damage of your hearing. It can disturb the three bones inside your body, and because of that in your ear, and because of that you have a disturbance of your hearing. Okay, so these things are very important. So you can see wisdom tooth. I have told you the upper jaw is fixed with the skull, but the lower jaw, it has an ability to move, and it also consists of one single bone, but it is directly connected to your hearing. So the process of hearing is directly connected to your the activity of lower jawbone. So you can see here again I explained you the lower vertebrae, the lower jaw is made of more than one bone, while in mammals, okay, the lower vertebrates consist of more than one bone, but the mammals in which we humans come, it is made of a single bone. So during evolution, mammals modified the lower jaw bones and incorporated four of them in the middle ear. So in simple words, we can say they consist of four parts. And what are the four parts? Three bones of ear and one bone of lower jaw in the form of malleus and incus and both ears. So this adaptation proved beneficial for mammals. Lower jaw with single bone is stronger, and the malleus and incus also improve hearing. Okay, so till now we have discussed in detail the uh, components of human skeleton, axial and appendicular. Okay, and we had discussed in a detail the structure of a bone and types of bones. Now your lecture has been ended, and in next lecture, inshallah, we will discuss the joint and types of joints and how do they move and how do they work. Okay, so this chapter is very important. I'm telling you again, there are short questions, there are long question. I also during lecture I am also telling you about the important MCQ short questions you have to underline, and you have to make yourself on short questions. Okay, so I will not share short questions with you. You will make short questions of chapter number 13 yourself and also write in your registers. Now you have to make your definitions with yourself. I will discuss with you during the lecture. I hope you understand the lecture. If you still have any confusion, you can raise your hand. Now your lecture has been ended. Thank you so much.